Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with this one, this steeply descending channel top we settled above a week ago this Wednesday, as I recall, on rumors that Musk was going to leave the White House and resume his role at Tesla in a more focused way. And then we had all the tariff stuff the following day. China retaliated, so forth and so on, and here we are. So we've got kind of a double bottom going there. We did take out that low from early March by a hair. We did not test 212.11, which is this pullback low before the big rally began in October of 24. And then, so there's that. We've got the descending channel top, 259.99, still has meaning. Having closed back below it was a sign of weakness in itself. There is a newly formed short-term, like 1 to 2 week descending channel top at 261.70 today. Excuse me. Maybe we'll edit that out. But anyway, I had to sneeze. So the upper 250s, low 260s. I don't know if we'll see that area today. I do see a soft pivot point today at 233.07. Now, we are not likely to open unchanged. There's just too much going on overnight where we're either going to open into the 250s, for instance, or in the 210s. But if we do open above 233.07, it's intraday support, above which you can see over here to the far right, 259.99 in reach, part of a range up to 261.70 that can contain weekly highs, and we can fall away again. Bearish momentum remains intact as we move into later April below this upper 250s, low 260s, anticipating still, do I show it on the chart? I do on this one, yes. Anticipating still over the next 2 to 3 weeks the low 160s, 160, 151. So that is still the play. If we do happen to, let me go back to this chart, open below 233.07, that will keep 212.11 in reach today, which is that pullback low once again. We've come very close twice to testing that area and have come off of it nicely each time. I think on the next attempt you should be careful. Not a big fan of the triple bottom, and I think it's very susceptible to violation. So I would be reluctant to be an aggressive buyer at 212.11. With an open below 233.07, I'd rather, if you're an aggressive day trader, play the short side below 233.07 down to 212.11 and take profits there. If you go long at 212.11, keep a relatively tight stop loss. I think we could fall to 198.97 quite easily within the day. And if we close today below 212.11, our targeted 160, 151 likely, it could be by Friday's close with present volatility, but probably would spill into next week. A 160, 151 is the beginning of a range down to 155.44. As you're well aware, long-term support on the weekly chart, 5-year channel bottom, well suited to contain annual selling pressures. And I do still see it as a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 week target roughly below 259.99 to 261.70. Let's go back to that chart, 259.99, 261.70. Volatility is such that we could rip through that perhaps. Remember, if we open above 233.07, I'm expecting at least a test of that area. Now, I'm not expecting the market to rip through it. I'm just saying volatility is such that you shouldn't be surprised to see a push through 261.70. If we close today above 261.70, then I see over the next day or two 290.68. And the way I want to frame this now, if you want to go long above 261.70 through the rest of April into May trade, the following 3 to 5 weeks in reach of 364.26, that is a legitimate scenario. But I'm not confident of 364.26 anymore unless we can get up and over this horizontal channel. It's just too classic of an area for the market to possibly top out at for a week and fall away. So the way I really want to frame this is we are heavy below 259.99 and 261.70 as we move into later April, anticipating still the lower 160s as a met, completed, finished objective. Now, if we close above 261.77, there's certainly a rationale to go long actually under most circumstances. Actually, there's a rationale to go long if only for the next few days. Now, you could also go long here for the next few weeks. I think one way to interpret this, one way to play it, is you're playing the short side, or you're respecting the possibility for continued losses below the 259.99 area, and you're respecting the likelihood for continued gains into later April if we can close above 290.68. I don't know how else to sort of dice it up. I respect both levels. I do think if we close above 261.70, we have a good low for the week. Then within a day or two, we test 290.68. By that point in time, we're talking, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where we could top out for the rest of the week. And anything can happen over the weekend, and we could fall away from there significantly as we move into next Monday, Tuesday. So if we can close above 290.68 over the next week or two, I'm all in on playing the long side for Tesla as we move through the rest of April. The following 2 to 3 weeks, then in reach of 364.26, descending speed line resistance that can contain monthly highs and is a significant buy signal if we can get up and over it. But for right now, and I don't mean to confuse and muddle everything, I hope this makes sense, that you're selling, and I'm talking to 3 to 5 day and 3 to 5 week swing traders who can play the short side, setting a short in the upper 250s, low 260s. If we close above 261.70, you need to, in my opinion, exit a short position for sure. The question is whether you go long over the longer haul. And I think you can go long short term, like a swing trade for 2 to 3 days up to 290.68. Can you go long with a settlement above 261.70 over the 3 to 5 week time frame into the mid 360s? You can play that. I think it'll at least give you the low 290s, at which point you have to decide whether you're going to lighten up a little bit, whether you're going to let the market play out, whether the market closes above 290.68 and then you add to it and you're all in on a long position. These are the nuances that everybody may treat differently, and there's no right answer for it. So I think I've said enough. I'm bullish above 290.68 through the rest of April, and I'm bearish through the rest of April below 259.99. It's about as simple as that. And inside of that, I kind of call it the no man's land of trend identification for the 3 to 5 week time frame. 2 to 3 days, sure, low 290s. 2 to 3 weeks, I'm bullish above 290.68. That is it. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I will be back tomorrow with Wednesday's Tesla, and you have a great day.